All right. Hello. Welcome. This is Diane Cunningham, and I am so excited to be here today to interview my friend, my colleague, and one of my coaching clients, and one of our Inequity members. And her name is Rachel Barrett-Dolcine. She's here. And she has a business called Compass Consulting and Training Solutions. She does all sorts of things. She is a speaker. She is a trainer. She leads the Small Business Institute. And she's also in the process of creating some other really cool things. But I'm going to let her introduce herself. So I'm so excited to have you here, honey.
Thank you.
Tell them a little bit about who you are, where you are, and even some of your regular life, non-business.
Okay. My regular life. Okay. I'm Rachel, and thank you, Diane, for interviewing me for the Member Spotlight. I'm really excited about this. I've never been interviewed like this before, so I'm really excited. So I live in Maryland, actually Baltimore County, and I own a small business consulting and training company. I offer various types of consulting services to nonprofits and to small businesses. So it can range from helping someone get started to someone who's been in business for a while but is kind of stuck. I've actually recently done a lot of work with nonprofit. I recently wrote the Wives Center Maryland's after-school curriculum from scratch. That was a real exciting contract to get. It was an exciting challenge. They're very happy with the outcome. They recently did a survey of children and parents, and they got a wonderful, 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 wonderful feedback. They shared that feedback with me from the parents and the kids. I'm really, really excited about that. So they're going into their second year of using this curriculum, and they're excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. So the types of services I offer range. There's a huge range. I'm a very creative person, so I actually look for clients that can offer me unique opportunities, not just the normal, what a strategic plan or help with making a budget. I really look for creative opportunities that will allow me to really show the client the span of my experience and my knowledge. I'm a mom and a wife. My husband's a police officer, and I have a 10-year-old son. And so that's pretty much me.
And your son, and you are writing a book. His name is Julius.
Yes, we are writing a book. I've decided I'm going to keep the details of it a little hush-hush. So I recently met with Hannah. We spoke on the phone, and I'm really, really excited about it. I've already started working on it, and we are hoping for a Christmas launch around Christmas time, so hopefully moms and sons can actually buy the book, or someone will gift it to a mom. So I'm really, really excited about that for this summer.
Excellent, excellent. And I know you've been, you joined Inequity about 1.5 years, maybe almost 2 years ago now. And I remember us emailing back and forth, and then you waited for a while, and then you took the leap. So tell, and because really this interview is really to showcase you, to showcase your business, but also what I really have been working hard on this past year is to help women that maybe are on the fence to really know what do we have, what's different about us, what made you take the leap, and then what have you seen since you've been a part of our sisterhood?
Okay, sure. So as Diane mentioned, I spoke with Diane back and forth for quite a while about coaching, and the struggle for me was that one was being able to afford it because I was a small business. And then two, a part of me was like, girl, you're smart. You don't need a coach. I mean, I have a master's degree. I have all these certifications. I'm like, I don't need a coach. I can do this. Yeah, no. So after kind of limping along for a while, I finally decided I was going to coach with Diane. Now, this is why I decided to coach with Diane. Not because I realized I couldn't do it on my own, because, there's coaches a dime a dozen. No offense, Diane. But there are lots of coaches out there. But what I liked and appreciated about Diane was that she was not selling a product. She was not selling a service. She was selling an experience. And so as a woman, and because we're all emotional, women are emotional beings. We make a lot of decisions based on emotions. And I had been doing this for long enough to read through all the gimmick of people selling their product and I made my first million, and I'm not motivated by money. So all that stuff wasn't going to work with me. But what I really liked about Diane was the genuineness, and she was selling an experience. I can offer you an experience to change your business, to change your life, to make an impact. And those were the kinds of things. She was honest about where she had been, what she had been through. She didn't try to come off as, like better than. She really came off as, this is just another woman, just like me. Who had a business and had an experience to offer another woman, and she wanted to share it. So that's really what made me decide that Diane was the best fit for me. Besides, of course, I was struggling a little bit, teeny bit. And so I decided that, okay, I was going to take the leap of faith. I was going to invest in myself. And it's been great. It's really, I'm glad I did it. I'm looking forward to my next cycle and the next cycle and the next cycle of coaching. It has really, really, really been great. So for those of you sitting on the fence about a coach, and I'm not saying it has to be Diane, it'll be great if it is, but 3 things that I would definitely look for in a coach that I see in Diane is, 1, you want someone who connects, that you can connect with. Just like you pick a doctor, a psychologist if you have one, a gynecologist, your child's pediatrician. You want someone you can connect with that has some bedside manner. So that's 1. 2, you want someone who is able to provide you with the services that you need, not just what they offer, because sometimes people want to push what they have. It's not really for you, but someone who can make what they have fit what you need. And 3, if you're a Christian woman business owner, you need a Christian coach. You need someone that will pray with you, that you can talk to, and that can motivate you and inspire you, not just to be a better woman, a better business owner, but to be a better Christian woman and a better Christian business owner. So if you're on the fence and your business is struggling or you're unsure, I would say find yourself a good, wholesome Christian coach that can help you and your business go to the next level. That's what I did, and I don't regret it. That's the best. I forgot how much I paid, but that's the best, however much I paid. Besides my $25 I paid for my marriage license when we got married at the courthouse, this was my next best money well spent that I certainly don't regret. So.
Well, gosh, I mean, thank you so much for all of those things. And as you all can tell, those that are listening, Rachel and I are good at having fun.
Yeah.
We have cried together. We have prayed together. We have laughed together. We've been through quite a bit, actually, these last couple of months.
Yep.
Through just not just business, but also things that go on personally. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. And thank you for those amazing compliments that you just gave me about just that my experience is what you really wanted. And I believe in authenticity. I did a whole webinar on authenticity this morning, in fact. And I believe that that's what sets us apart. We're going to make mistakes. I every day I make a bunch, and I want to be able to be in an environment and provide environments that it's safe to do that. It's safe to not know. It's safe to say, I am struggling. It's safe to say, and that's the reason I created NACWE and our community, our hub, is I wanted a place where I could find women just like you, Rachel, and, all of our other gals from all over, near and far. And some of us have met, you and I just got to meet in May. And some of the women have never come together, have never met. But truly we begin to build these relationships based, through social media, through the power of just sharing life together. And we've just recently walked through an experience with one of our sisters in Christ who's now walking with Jesus as of the last week or so, actually just a few days ago. And walking through that, I've never been so proud of our group, and I'm going to get emotional here right now. I've never been so proud of how we loved each other, loved her, supported her. But there's also other women right now that are walking through struggles too, cancers and you know, questions, lots of questions. And we often, here's the truth, there's things that we're never going to know the answers to.
Right.
And that's what, guess what? That's, I think, what faith is. Faith is trusting that God knows best.
Right.
God has God knows our every day is written on his palm of the, you know, on his book. You know, our names are right here, tattooed on his hand. You know, he knows. And he knows where we are in our business. He knows where we are in our bank account. He knows where we are with our relationships. And you know, truly, that I can't imagine trying to run a business without that. And you kind of brought that up, having a Christian coach in your back pocket. Have you, what's my question here? Because I know you work with nonprofits. Some of those are faith-based, some of those aren't. How does your faith impact how you serve the world?
Well, it's the center. You know, the last thing that Jesus said to his disciples before he left was "Go ye." You know, he didn't say to stay and hold church. He didn't say to stay and hide behind brick building. He said to go ye into all the world. So I take that literally, meaning that the gifts that God has given me, I don't have to be called as a missionary. I don't have to be called as a pastor. Even as a Christian business owner, I look at my business as a ministry, that everyone I come in contact with is ordained. I mean, God has ordained for this person to do business with me. And so I need to make sure that when they leave, I made an impact. Now, it's not that I go throwing God or I talk about God. I don't have to do that. The way I do business, my policies, the way I talk to people, the quality of my products, that all should represent being a Christian and being quality, because I'm doing my ministry, my business, as though I'm doing it for God. And so for me, I have a personal responsibility, not only as a human being, but as a Christian, to make sure that I am going and I am doing, and that the blessings that God has given me is not just for me to hoard. Because when I die, I have 5 siblings. They may not be fighting over it, but I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to take it with me. It's going to stay right here for someone else to spend and enjoy. So the blessings that God has given me is not for me to keep. It's for me to give away so he can keep refilling my cup.
Yeah.
So for me, being a Christian, a born-again Christian, is the center of my business and is the center of my life. And being a Christian means that I need to go and make disciples. And we do that in different ways. I don't open my Bible. I mean, if you go to my website, there's not even a scripture verse on there. And I don't think there needs to be a scripture verse on a Christian website. I think the way that you do business should speak for itself, because even the devil knows scripture. For those who didn't know, yeah, he does. He knows the Bible better than me. So it's not the quoting scriptures or, you know, or any of that stuff. It's the way that we live our lives. And so for me, that's why it's important for me. Missions is important for me. Community service is important for me. My business has a community service portion of it. And it means that if a woman comes to me and she can't afford my services, one of my gifts is discernment. So I'm not saying you just give away your stuff, because God will give you wisdom. But there have been women who can't afford my services. I have done it as a reduced rate or even free. And God has blessed me with 2 more clients who can. But once again, it's that relationship, and it's understanding that even when that woman comes to pray and say, God, what should I do? What should I do here? Because she really needs it, kind of thing. So my religion is central to my business. I shouldn't even say religion. I should say my relationship with God, because really that's what it is. It's central to my business, and it has become life or death for my personal life, because I've gone through some stuff, even in my marriage, the last several years. And if people knew, some people probably die from a heart attack of shock. But people will be so shocked. But if I did not have that relationship with God, I would have lost my mind. A very, very long time ago, I would have given up on Compass. I would have given up on my marriage. I would have stopped going to church if I did not have a relationship beyond religion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important as Christian women business owners that as we go out in the community, I mean, how awesome is that? That when you own a business, you come in contact with so many people all the time. And people should remember you when they meet you because they see something different. Not just your product, but they did something different about you.
Right.
That makes them keep your card or makes them call you back because they want more candles or they want more face cream or whatever it is, kind of thing. So that's my long answer to a short question.
Well, that's why we're here, to give long short questions.
I'm a teacher, so that's what happens when you teach college classes. You just go on and on and on and on.
So tell them about, you kind of opened the door for me right there. So tell them about you as a teacher and what you love to teach, but also because I know where you're going with curriculum, tell them a little bit about what's exciting to you about maybe where your business is heading in 2015, 2016.
Okay, sure. And I'm actually very excited. This is one of the most exciting, sorry, when I'm hot, my nose kind of itches, so excuse me. But this is actually one of the more exciting outcomes of coaching with Diane, is this kind of hidden gem in my business that I didn't even know existed. So she kind of came and dug around in my closets. Yeah, she does that. Dug around in my closet, and she's like, hey, what's this? Dusted it off. And she's like, what is this? I'm like, yeah, what is that? And kind of dusted it off and spat on it and shined it up and was like, Rachel, did you know what you have in your closet? And that was curriculum services. So go back a little bit. So I teach adults. I've taught GED, and I currently teach for several community colleges in Maryland. And I teach adults. I normally teach adults who want to go into childcare. But I can teach a variety of classes. I do a lot of training with the Y. I do training with boards. So I love teaching adults. And so I have amassed a lot of trainings. And one of the things about me is every training that I have, I wrote it. In the state of Maryland, if you want to independently train childcare employees, you have to submit proposals to the state and they get approved. That means you got to write your own trainings, along with lesson plans, outlines. You got to create your own handouts. I mean, it's serious work. So I have amassed probably over 30 trainings that I've written over the course of the last several years. I've written from certification courses that are approved by the state to 2.5 trainings. So a wide range as well. So one of the things that Diane dusted off in my closet was, you are sitting on this ability to take information and create a product out of it, create a curriculum, create handouts, create a PowerPoint. Why aren't you offering some sort of structured? But as she started talking about, Rachel, you already do it. We're not talking about something new. We're talking about something that you already do.
Right. And
you're actually adding it on as a service. And it got me excited because I love writing, I love creating. And so I was like, oh, yeah. She's like, so she asked me to send her some stuff I've done. And she was like, girlfriend, what are you waiting for? This year, so I'm launching my curriculum services in the fall. And then I'm officially going to be taking on some larger projects starting in 2016. And the curriculum services is really going to be about helping trainers, helping facilitators, helping business owners take material they already have. And creating a package. I'm going to call it probably a curriculum kit that's going to include some PowerPoint handouts, your lesson plan, meaning the outline for the trainer or facilitator. And there's 2 options to that. It can be created so that the owner uses it. So it's kind of done in a more your own words. Right. Or it can be created that you sell it. So you're selling. So for example, I'm going to use Diane as an example. So she's using me as an example. Diane has her heart art retreat. Mm-hmm. Her heart art retreat, right? So she has this retreat that she does. Can anyone do it? Absolutely. Can they do it like Diane? Probably not, but they can probably use the same structure. So Diane's like, you know what? I would like to see my heart art retreat being used by women ministries around the U.S. or even internationally, by mom groups, by, Grieving Wives group, whoever. These different groups can use it. So what would Rachel do? Rachel say, great, Diane, I'll be happy to help you. So I take all her material from her, and I actually create a program, create a kit that she can sell to someone, sell to ministries, sell to individuals, and they'll be able to duplicate in context, in structure, what Diane is doing. The integrity of her heart art, which will be trademarked, of course, the integrity of it will be the same. I mean, location will change, personality, who's coming, that's obviously going to be different. But the integrity, the intent, the content of what a heart art retreat would be, the trademark experience that Diane wants to have, that will be duplicated over and over and over and over. And guess where Diane is while all this is being duplicated? And she's going, ching, ching. She's sitting at home in Texas, drinking coffee, eating chocolate and carrots. One of the wonderful things, she doesn't even have to travel in order to take this wonderful program that she has, that she loves to do. She wants it to reach as many women as possible. Obviously, she doesn't have the time or the arms or the legs to do all this traveling. So guess what? The next best thing is you package this as a curriculum and you sell it to different places, or you package it as a curriculum, and so that you ensure that you have the same experience every time. You create a curriculum kit for yourself. So as you go out and do this curriculum, you know exactly what you need to bring. You have your supply list. You know exactly what comes when. You have all your handouts. Everything is done. It's in the binder. You can just make copies and you're ready to go. Easy peasy, right? Yeah. So that's kind of what the curriculum services will be. And so for this year, September, I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 clients, because curriculum is a lot of work. I'm a perfectionist. And so when something is done, I want it to be done well. And so that takes time as well. And then next year, I'll probably do 5 or 6 clients, because once again, curriculum is a lot of work, and I want to make sure I do my best work for clients. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I've never thought of this wonderful idea, because I'm known as the girl with the wonderful ideas. But hey, iron sharpens iron. And so, was just something I overlooked, and that's why I'm glad I coached with her, because then she was able to find it. So yeah, I'm excited.
So I have so many things. I mean, so I'm going to peel this apart right now for us.
Uh-oh.
Well, first of all, excuse me. One of the things I want to just really acknowledge here for those that are listening is a couple things, because it's just the same for you and for me. Oftentimes we can't see what we're good at, right? We can't see it. We're in the middle of it. We do it all the time. We do it all day. And then we were like, well, everybody can do that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
So that's the same, what we're tapping into with you is I could see, wow, this is a great gift that you have. You kind of are used to doing it. You've done it for very large organizations in mass scale, and you've done it well. But I guess what I really want to highlight for those that are listening is that, your magnificence might be right in front of you.
Right.
It might be just in the back binder or in the back, your back closet, and somebody else as a coach can kind of look at everything. When you pull it all out, they can go, well, this goes with this, and it turns into a miracle.
Yes.
So that's and that's what my coach does for me too. She helps me to pull my stuff out and go, wait a minute, you can do a heart art retreat. Because I started painting just because I was healing from my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know that people would come, and it's like, as you look back on your journey, you can say, what? So, somebody came to me when I was painting, I was posting pictures. They said, I want to buy a painting from you. And I was like, huh? You want to do what? You want to pay me for this stuff I'm slapping on a page? It just rocked my world. So that's a couple of years ago now. But, and same thing going farther back. People will begin to pay you because they see you doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, how do you, I remember one lady at church coming up to me, and I've run marathons, and and half marathons and things. And she came up to me at church and said, I want to hire you to run a 5K. And I looked at her like, huh? And then I was like, well, I'm certainly I'll welcome, I can do that. I can do that. But it's those little tiny God moments, what I would call them little glimpses, where we can begin to really shape our business. And mean we're going, I think there's certain things you're going to do for a while, and then God's going to remove them. But each of us really have multiple streams of income because we're good at different things.
Yes.
And this is a huge thing you're good at. Even when you were talking about Heart Art Retreat, I was like understanding it more and more, like for me, because I'm only thinking of how can I get 10 women to this retreat, my first one, it's my first one. It's hard for me to even see that I could duplicate this and sell it in a pack that could be at Mardell's, or not Mardell's, but at Christian bookstores or sold off my website, right? So that's, and you and I could go on and on about this because we both get really fired up. What I want everybody to hear is that you're the girl that can help them. We're calling you the curriculum girl, right?
Yes. Woohoo!
Woo! And truly, here's what I also want to pull apart so those that are watching this later can understand. This is not just retreats. This is if you have something that you need to teach on a PowerPoint like once a month to your team. This could be a hospital, a church. This could be at a daycare center.
Yes.
This could be at a child care, a church child care center. It could be the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. There's no limit to what this could be for.
Right.
But Rachel can help you to get, because I know a lot of mine, it's in my head, and then it ends up being maybe on a journal or a napkin. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I guess I have a retreat next week. I bust out a PowerPoint. But Rachel is really gifted, and God has given her this unique way to pull it apart, and turn it. And basically what she will do is basically interview me, help me to explain what I see in my head. Right, and turn it into a PowerPoint, a handout, a checklist, Train the Trainers booklet. Yep,
a handbook. Anything. Yeah.
Marketing flyer, all the above.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to make sure we've got to that is super exciting. Everybody's going to need to know about it. Okay, let me switch gears real quick.
Okay.
So what have you learned about yourself? Because entrepreneurship, and then we're going to start wrapping up towards the end, but what entrepreneurship for me, every day I learn new things about myself.
Right.
And really, I think, when we work for a company, we can kind of hide, and sit in our cubicle and kind of hide under the radar. But being an entrepreneur where there's no hiding, we can try, but when we hide, things aren't happening.
Right.
So what have you learned about yourself, Rachel?
Well, it's interesting that you use the word hide, because I think that was one of the things I learned the last 90 days in coaching with you, is that I never considered myself as a hider. I don't know if that's a word, but you guys know what I mean. Forgive me, Hannah, if it's not a word. But I've been hiding. I've been in hiding, and for a variety of reasons. I've been hiding from being successful. I've obviously been hiding a lot of gifts and talents that I have. So that's one of the things I've learned about myself, is that I don't give myself enough credit. Diane had me start a gratitude journal and I am proud of myself because. And so I've been writing down almost every day things that I'm proud of myself about. And I realized, like, wow, I've done a lot. I have a lot to offer. And yes, I've been doing that. Yep. And so what I have learned in the last 90 days is that I have done a lot, and I should be proud of it. I should be proud of the woman that I am. I should be proud of the mother that I am. I should be proud of the wife that I am, all the accomplishments. I should be proud of that. Not an arrogant, I'm better than you, kind of thing, but no, like taking joy and pleasure in the fact that I've accomplished so much. So that's one thing I've learned about myself, is that I was hiding, and I'm slowly coming out of hiding. Well, if you coach with Diane, you really don't have a choice. So I'm more being dragged out of hiding. But that's good. Secondly, I've learned I have a lot that I've accomplished that I can be proud of, and I should be proud of. I have a right to be proud of the things that I have accomplished. And because I have learned that, and I am kind of internalizing and accepting that I have a right to be proud of myself, it's making me more confident to offer my services. It's also making me more comfortable with setting the right prices. Because when you truly believe that are proud of yourself and feel you have a right to be because of what you've accomplished, that gives you confidence in saying, I'm worth something.
Yeah.
Not just, worth something in God's eyes, but I'm truly, truly worth something, and begin to accept that. So that's the second thing I've learned. The third thing I've learned about myself, sidebar, one thing about me, because of how my mind works, everything's a list. So you'll always see, 5 reasons or 3 things or 10 things.
I'm noticing that. I'm noticing
the top 10. So I'm always dealing with, hey, just to get to the point. So the third thing and final thing that I've learned about myself the last 90 days is that I am one funny chick. And I know it may sound like really stupid or silly, and it's not even the last 90 days. It's since really joining NACWE, because so many people told me, oh my goodness, you're so funny. I'm like, I am. But that I really am a funny, fun person. I've been told so many times I'm a stick in the mud. I got to stick up my buttocks. Inside joke. And that I'm serious, and I'm so driven, and I'm always. And so it's been so good to get to know myself and realize, like, no, you are funny. You're a funny, nice girl. And so those are the 3 things I've learned the last 90 days, and those 3 things have changed my life. No, seriously, I'm not even saying as a cliche. I don't normally, I'm the person who sits and absorbs what happens in a room, and I don't normally just flip off comments or compliments, but my life has literally changed the last 90 days, because I have gotten, the woman right there that's interviewing me has forced me, along with my other therapist, to get to know myself and to accept myself and to find the things in myself that I appreciate, that I love, and love them for myself, not because my husband tells me you're great or my mom says good job or someone else or you get an award from someone else, but you need to know that for yourself, that you be proud of yourself, be proud of who you are, what you're doing. And so, thanks, Diane. It's really been great. I'm happier. You can ask my husband, he'll tell you. Proof that I'm a happier person, because I'm learning to find those things within myself that make me proud of me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think that, I think that women, myself included, you, all the women of NACWE, I think sometimes the word proud or pride or even, I think some of the women would just I think, well, what do I have to be proud of? And then we get all in this worked up dither about, oh, I shouldn't be salesy. Oh, I can't promote myself. Oh, I promoted myself yesterday. I can't promote myself again today. Then what are they going to think? Who am I to say that? Who am I to be on a video? Who am I to, all this nonsense. It just loops and loops and loops until we can't even speak one word.
Right.
And because I know we've got a lot of flack, we get flack.
Mm-hmm. And
there's also people that promote themselves, I would say, in ways that maybe are not okay. I don't know. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? all I know is if we don't shine our light, so that if God has given me a light and given me a gift of whatever it is, painting, gathering a community, writing a book, whatever that is, same with you, if he's given you the gift of curriculum creation, then if I don't tell anybody, well, how in the world am I ever going to be able to help one person? So I think learning to say, gosh, I painted a painting today. I'm proud of myself. Or I'm launching a book with 25 women next week. That's a big deal.
Yes.
And sometimes I think we're so busy racing around thinking, oh, I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough here. And I'm too big there. And I'm too fat here. And I'm too, it's like the drama, the drama that because I was in my own drama today. And my coach had to say, Diane, she's like, she had to remind me, as an entrepreneur, we don't have a job. We have, we don't get a paycheck every Friday or every other Friday. It's not the same amount, right? So you're going to have, it's like a wave, we're riding this wave. There's going to be some months where you're going to be like, wow, I have like won the lottery, basically. And other months you're going to feel like you're going to be homeless. Okay. So, and learning to live in that ambiguity, learning to live in walking in faith, and getting to see our own, it's like peeling off the layers of what do I normally hide behind? Why am I hiding? And if it's all stripped away, who am I really?
Right.
And that's deep stuff. That's deep stuff. As we finish up for today, because you and I could go on for 2 or 3 hours on this thing.
Yes, that's true.
And that is true. So what, and I'm not even going to say 3, what one,
he is so bad. People, he is so naughty.
What one thing would you wish you would have known maybe when you were starting? It's like I can look back and go, wow, I wish I would have given myself permission to do this, or I wish I could given myself that one little tip. What would that tip be that you would give to someone that's starting their business, or to your own self?
One tip I can give myself, if I'm thinking back, I think the emotional toll that owning a business takes on you as a woman, that is one of the things I wish I'd been more prepared for. And so to all the, especially Christian women entrepreneurs, because remember what I said before, as a Christian woman entrepreneur, your business is your ministry. That means the devil's coming for you, and he's coming hard. Because the more people you reach as a Christian, he doesn't like that too much. So the emotional toll is going to be so much more deep and brutal than I think a non-Christian business owner. So the one thing I would say is I wish I had joined a group like NACWE, known about it from the beginning. Because I think surrounding yourself with other women who are one thing about a woman in NACWE, I wouldn't want to be the devil, but he still messes with us, is they can pray and they don't play games. So if one of the things I can give someone who's thinking about starting, a Christian woman business owner, and even if you've already started, is to connect to a praying, God-filled, Bible-believing group of other women entrepreneurs, because they can understand the journey. Not just any group. Make sure it's a group of other entrepreneurs, because you don't want to be in a group of people who are just have expensive hobbies. But serious women entrepreneurs who can pray from heaven to hell and back. And, seriously, because that has been a wonderful thing to know. I can post something on the group and the responses, whether it's love, encouragement, I'm praying for you, and you see situations change. So that's one of the things that I would have told my younger self is when you start this business, one of the first things that you should do on your list is to find a Christian women's group that you can connect to, that will pray with you, that you can have interactions with, because the devil comes hard. Because you're not just doing business as usual. You're about God's business, And so you have to expect that he is going to attack you, that your life is going to be all shaken up, and you're going to be like, what the heck just happened? You decided as a Christian you're going to start a business, and you're going to be about God's business. And so what does that mean? That the devil holds his meeting in hell against little minions, and he holds his little board meeting, and he's assigned you someone that will make your life a living hell, because you've decided that I'm going to do this. I'm going to use my talents to serve God, to change somebody's life. And so he's not too keen on that. So connect. You got to get connected with a praying group. I'm telling you, no joke. Do it today. Get connected.
No
Seriously.
joke. No
with
joke.
a praying group.
So we're going to tell you guys all that are listening that, I mean, she's not messing. She's not messing. And I know it's cool. And I've met her in person, and she is funny. She's devoted. She is determined. She does sometimes hide in the back of a room when she comes to her conference. I don't know what that's about.
It'll be different next year. It'll be different next year.
Okay, next year. We just, as we finish up for today, I just want to invite, I mean, she basically said it for me, but come join us. Come join us. We are good chicks.
Yeah.
We are funny. We are fun, but we get down to business. We don't mess around. We don't mess around. And we're all in this together. I'm doing the deal. You're doing the deal. I don't want to be with people that are just sitting in the high horse up in the mountaintop. There's going to be days when you thrash about on the floor. There's going to be days when you just can barely pull yourself out of bed. There's going to be days when you're sick. There's going to be days where you're just celebrating because a God-given miracle has happened.
Yes.
And we can't do it by myself. I sit in an office by myself all day, and I mean I'm an extrovert, but I feel like I'm with my people. I feel like we're connected because we're checking in throughout the day with Skype and Facebook and emails and texts, and so we need that. We just cannot do it alone. If you need coaching, we've got, I'm here. Rachel is curriculum girl. We've got so many people that have what you need. We have what you need. We have graphic designers and virtual assistants and website people, and they're all in editors. I mean, we've got all of the people. But most importantly, just come hang out with us. Come hang and be with us. Just go to NACWI. I mean, obviously, go to NACWI.org. Get connected. Sign up. We have virtual conferences and live conferences. And I'm just going to close this up in prayer, sister, and send us out. Okay?
Yes.
And so before I pray, the website they can find you at is?
It's www.compass, like a compass, COMPASSCTS.com. And curriculum services will launch on August 17th. So come join us. The page will launch on that date, and I'll be ready, open for business. Shutters out.
Excellent. Okay, awesome. All right, let me pray this out. Father God, thank you so much for this powerful woman here in front of me. And Lord, thank you for this just conversation. Lord, I love these calls. I love these because I get to really just be in my element and also shine a bright light on a sister. And Lord, Rachel just inspires me. Lord, she helps me, she inspires me, and she is a woman after your own heart. She is a woman on a mission, and she actually is about to go on a mission trip. And Lord, just help us to multiply. Help us to multiply and shine lights wherever you send us. Yes. Whether that's down the street or whether that's across the country or across the nations. Yes. Lord, help us to be present where we go. And that could be the person at the grocery store checkout, or it could be someone that is without a home to live in. Lord, there's all sorts of ways we can serve the world. That can be big or small, but help us to really pay attention and keep our eyes wide open. And Lord, thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, girlie. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. What?
No, I'm saying, okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.